smoke a ham today. Actually, we ran out of project guitar-wise to do. I'm just going to take a break from it for a while. I haven't been feeling good. That Alzheimer's kicking in again. So I'm just going to back off from doing anything at the moment. But I would like to talk about a couple of things today while my smoker's getting ready over there. It's kind of a hazy, cloudy day today. It's been raining all night here. But anyway, we just recently had an upgrade done to our internet. All of my videos that I've been posting have been taking me well over 2 hours to post each video. And some videos take up to 4.5 hours to upload on the old system. And what it is, my old internet provider was only giving me at the tops was 7 megs. With 7 megs, I cannot upload and do other things on the internet at the same time. It's totally impossible. So while I'm uploading, everything is shut down in the house. I can't get online to do anything else until that uploads. So we finally upgraded to a faster internet provider, which is using fiber optics. We get 1,000 megs, 500 upload and 500 download of megs. Man, oh man, am I spoiled rotten now. The previous videos you guys seen were videos of me testing out the new internet just to see how fast things load. And right now, for a half-hour video, which would have took me an hour and a half to 2 hours in the old way, and then it's just standard definition. I couldn't do high depth. And the old standard way was over an hour and a half to 2 hours, sometimes 2.5 hours, depending on the speed of the internet at that time. So now, the last 2 videos I posted are in high depth. They both took me less than, I think, 15 minutes tops to upload. And that's for a high depth video. And that's, in other words, that's going to give me a whole bit better, shoot, see, my Alzheimer's kicking in, a better visual of my videos. And you'll be able to see things clearer, won't be as grainy or as blurry and all that stuff. The other thing too is I was using the software for YouTube, which only, in most cases, would only give you guys off of YouTube a 365 or whatever it is viewing of the video pixels. And but now with the high definition, it takes them longer on their end to do their final stuff than it does for me to upload them now. So that's fine with me. I don't care how long it takes them to do it. But long as I have the clarity of my videos, that's fine. Now, another thing about my videos is I am not monetized. I'm nowhere near being able to monetize. I don't understand why some guys out there, they just started this year and they've already got over 1,000 subscribers. I've been on here for a few years. I have, what was it, 167 subscribers right now. And but of course, if you watch one of my other videos, I did explain I had another YouTube channel called Eagle Blues Custom Guitars. And I was right at the brink of breaking 1,000 on that one when I had to shut it down because of some idiot trying to make my life miserable. So anyway, I now have 4 YouTube channels, and one channel is private, and I don't put very much on there. It's just a private channel that I use. And then the other three is the hobby guy and his wife. And I just started another one called Bit by Bit Guitars and Amps. And on that channel, I hope to talk more about amps and guitars in pieces instead of, a piece at a time, instead of doing a whole video of how something goes together. That's my thoughts anyway. In other words, it'd be kind of like just talking about guitars and talking about amps. And but we'll see how all that goes. But again, we're just taking a break from doing anything, making guitars or doing any of that because, for one, I don't have any more money to spend on kit guitars or anything else. I just finished up that one called Beck's Gears kit guitar. I haven't got a whole lot of hits on that one. I don't know why. It's just as interesting as the Leo James kit guitars. And in fact, I think the Beck's Gears is a little bit better kit build-wise. The parts fit better. But anyway, so I just finished that. So if you guys will take a gander at that, it has a playlist. The Leo James kit guitar has a playlist. The jazz guitar has a playlist. So if you want to watch all of them being made, you can see that through my list and my playlists. So anyway, back to subject of hand here. Getting ready to do smoke a ham out here. You have to excuse me. I got to get up off my chair here. Put some more wood on the fire here. But building guitars and stuff, a lot of you out there buying these cheap guitars, and that's okay. You can buy them. I buy them too. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. You just got to keep in mind when you buy a cheap guitar, most of the time you get cheap parts, and sometimes you luck out if it just works out, Some guitars, some of the cheaper, lower line guitars just have a better pickups with them sometimes. And sometimes you luck out and they have good tuners with them too. Sometimes. Not all the time. But that's all for you to determine and decide yourself. But anyway, but I think all of them really are good platforms. I don't care what you spend on it. You can spend $45 or $145 or $245 or even more. There are some really super nice high-end kits out there that are over that $500 mark. I have a hard time buying them, but there are some out there that do, because you can see them on YouTube where they make them and stuff, put them together. And I will say this, from inexpensive to more expensive, I will say this about that, is you get what you pay for. And even in production guitars, you really do. You'll get what you pay for. And sorry to say, I do think they're falling on their quality of out-the-door guitars being playable. And what a lot of music stores have gotten, especially the big box stores, they've gotten into this routine where they don't do the setups on them unless you pay for it. And they'll charge anywhere from $100 to $150 to $200 to do a setup on a guitar that's costing you $700 or $800. And I don't think that's right. But anyway, that's me. But yeah, if you want to buy these lower line guitars, and like that Leo James that my wife and I just put together, what a great little guitar. I have no problems with it at all. In fact, I even like kind of like the pickups that are in it. Still thinking about changing them, but I'm just saying if you had to live with them for a while, you can. I mean, there's no reason not to use them. And it's a great little kit. And I can't build that guitar from scratch for what I paid for that guitar. And the neck alone would cost me $85 or more. And but anyway, I hope you all having a pleasant day out there. I don't know if or when the next video will be. My next video will probably be on one of my guitar amps. I have an amp that I custom made myself about, I don't know, 12 or 15 years ago, maybe somewhere in there. And it needs to be serviced. The pots in are getting dirty and they're getting scratchy sounding. So I want to take it apart and clean it and put it back together. And I may show you all how I do that. Yeah, for a while there, I got into making amps and working on guitar amps, tube amps. And there's not a Fender tube amp I can't fix, and there's not a PV tube amp I can't fix. And in fact, I was buying the PV Classic 30s. I'd buy them unworking and take them home and work on them, and with very little effort, get them back up and running, and then flip them and buy another one. That's how I learned on them. That's how I learned how to fix them. And same way with Fender amps. I was buying the Fender Blues Deluxes and stuff and doing the same thing with them. I would buy them non-working because you can buy them really cheap that way. Buy them non-working and hope you get a good usable platform, and then just rebuild them and do that. And then finally, once I got my confidence up, I built me my first custom guitar amp, and that's what I have today. And it's based off a 1964 Princeton Reverb. And it's a great little amp, and it's been around, like I said, I think around 15 years now. And it's just now needing to be serviced. I think I'm going to have to put some new tubes in it. That's why I want to clean it, because your tube sockets get dirty and they need to be cleaned. So that's what I'll be exploring here in another week or so, or sometime this week. I don't know yet. Depends on my mood and how I'm feeling. And but anyway, you all be at peace out there, and I'll be talking at you. I hope everything's going well with you all. I hope you're finding projects to do out there and post them and show other people what you're doing out there. I do the best I can when I can, and I'll be talking at you. Bye now.